The UK's most dangerous prisoner, or that's what he's been branded as over the past 40 odd years. Now, Robert Maudsley is now in his 70s, and anybody who has been following his case, or anyone who watches this channel, will know he has been transferred to HMP Whitemore. Something that he didn't want, something that was beyond his control, and something that he didn't see happening. But keep tuned on this channel, people, because I've got a very special podcast going to be aired next week with a family member of Robert Maudsley, who's coming on to talk about some untold truths. So, getting back to the title of this video, the UK's most dangerous prisoner. Robert Maudsley is only dangerous to Bacons. He has killed offenders. Robert's first victim was a disgusting pedo on the streets of London who had done despicable things and we'll refer to him as Bob because I've spoke with his family member and that is how he likes to be known. So Bob committed his first murder against a disgusting chomo. That's the term they use in the United States. Chomo, which stands for, can't see it on here because YouTube flags it up, so that to be careful. But he showed Bob some disgusting pictures of little ones. Bob ended his life. But the full details will be revealed on this podcast. I'm just giving you a brief overlay about why he's labelled that and who he actually is. I mean, most people who follow my channel will know exactly who he is because I've done numerous videos on him. But now that I'm at 104,000 subscribers on my channel, there is new subscribers and there is subscribers from around the world, Australia, America, and other countries who are new to the channel. So on this channel, people, I call him Sir Robert Maudsley because as you'll have picked up by this channel, Bacon Bashers. This is the #1 Bacon Bashers channel in the UK, if not in the world. Because on here, I talk about all the cretins, the despicable ones who have ended up in prison for doing the dirtiest of deeds to little ones and the ones who have killed little ones. And I also talk about when they get bashed inside of prison. And this is the reason why I've spoke about Sir Bob on this channel. And when you have a look at the other videos, what I've done, well, people will have a look in the comments, agree with me as well. The amount of children he has saved from misery, from beasts, is unreal. Sir Bob done a duty to the little ones of this country and to the parents. So for his first murder, he went into prison and he was in Broadmoor Hospital. It's not referred to as a prison, it's a hospital because they aren't referred to as prisoners, they are patients. Bob was in there because he needed help and he needed psychological help. So he ended the life of another Bacon inside of Broadmoor Hospital. But referring back, because the new ones on here as well will be saying, a lot of them do say bacon. What is a bacon? A bacon rhymes, bacon bonds rhymes with nonce, and that's where the term comes from inside of prison. When I was in prison, or prisoners in there, this is what you refer to those as. The establishment refers to them as VPs, vulnerable prisoners, because they are vulnerable to attack from the other inmates. But inmates call them bacons because it's a degrading name, and that's what they are. Bacon bonds equals nonce, and everyone knows what a nonce is, a chomo, a pedo. Excuse me, people. This will be going up without any edits, so you will hear us coughing, but it's all natural. just the way people like it. No fakeness, just pure natural. So inside of Broadmoor Hospital, he ended the life of another Bacon, which was brutal. They had him in the pad for a number of hours, I believe around about 12 hours, him and another prisoner, and they brutally murdered him inside of the pad. So what did the establishment do? What did the system do? What did the UK prison system or the UK system do to Bob? They sent him to HMP Wakefield, also known as Monster Mansion. And what does Monster Mansion refer to as? The name is in the title, Monster. They are the worst of the worst monsters that are sent to HMP Wakefield. And when I say monsters, I mean Bacons to the highest level. Ones that have done despicable acts to little ones, then ended them. The likes of Huntley has actually been in there. Levi Belfield, I believe, might have been there. But these are the type of inmates I'm talking about. Ian Watkins, absolute horrors. So Bob is known for ending Bacons. So what do? They put him in a prison full of Bacons. Even said on the way there, don't mix me with them. What did they do? Put him on a wing with another 100 Bacons. It was like Christmas for Bob because he hates them. Because of things what's happened to him in his past. He's got a pure hatred for these type of prisoners. And he also gave the heads up about what he was going to do. They didn't take no notice. Maybe it was planned, maybe they wanted him to do this. So on this day, his plan was to take out, I believe, 6 or 7 Bacons. He managed to take out 2 of them, brutally killed them, and for that he was given life without parole. Then he was put inside what everyone thinks was a glass underground cell, which wasn't. It was a cell in the CSU, I believe they called it, the Close Supervision Unit. They had a cell in there, which was a bigger cell, and it had a perspex door on so that they could keep an eye on him. And he was put in there and he spent 40 odd years, 42 years I believe it is, something around there. But like I say, we'll talk about this more on my podcast that I'm doing with a family member, and we will get the nitty gritty. We will get the full details. There's going to be no edits. Everything is going to be raw and uncut with this interview, people. So you do not want to miss this. So he was given life without parole, kept inside of that cell for 40 odd years. And after that amount of time, he did become accustomed to it. And even though it was inhumane the way he was treated, he wasn't allowed no human contact. Like I say, he become accustomed to it like you do when you're in prison. You adapt to your environment. You've got to survive. So Bob adapted to his environment. And now in his 70s, they came and disrupted his environment for no good reason whatsoever and sent him to HMP Whitemore, where he's in the segregation unit, and they're saying that they've put him there because they needed to put him in a disabled cell for his own good. But we will talk about that more as well. I'll not give away too much on here. I'll keep you clinging on, ready for the action, people, for when we talk about it in a raw, uncut way. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Bob deserved the treatment? Bob ended the lives of 4 Bacons, and when I say it on this channel, when I refer to the ones in in Wakefield, Monster Mansion, refer to them as monsters. Bob isn't a monster at all. Bob ended the lives of monsters, so what does that make him? Yes, he's took lives, which some people don't agree with. But these perpetrators that he ended were horrible beasts, cretins, who have harmed kids. And I've said on this channel any amount of times about these Bacons, they cannot be changed, they can't be cured. That is their preference. They like little ones and they like harming them. So how can you tell them to stop? You can put them in prison for an amount of time, but when they get out, they've still got that mindset. They're still going to do what they want, and they're still going to have that preference in their mind of who they like, and it is little ones. So Bob ended them, and how many little ones did he save from a lifetime of torment? These predators could have went on to take the lives of them little ones as well. So yes, fair enough, you can say he's killed 4 people. He needs to be in prison for the rest of his life. Fair enough. Keep him in prison for the rest of his life. For the punishment, he probably doesn't mind that either. He'd probably take it on the chin and say, right, I've done it, I'll accept it. But then why treat him the way they have? There's worse prisoners than him in the system. And we all know what type of inmates are in there that deserve to be in them type of cells. These fucking bacons deserve to be in them type of cells. But yet you put Bob in for 40 odd years and destroy his soul. If you put him on a wing with normal prisoners, like-minded people like myself, when I was in high security prison, I wouldn't have minded sharing a wing with Bob. I wouldn't have been afraid of him. The lads that I was sharing a wing with inside of Frankland prison wouldn't have had a problem with him. He wouldn't have had a problem with us. There would have been no issues. He could have lived a normal life inside of a normal wing with general population people who were in for non-S offences, just normal prisoners. Class them as normal prisoners. Bob would have been fine. We would have looked after Bob. We would have put him on the food boat and fed him and make sure he was okay. He would have gotten loads of praise because of what he'd done. He would have been respected. Sir Bob Maudsley, king of the bacon bashers. He would have been fine on a normal location wing. But why cost even the taxpayers even more money to keep him in that type of cell and house him in that environment? It just doesn't make sense whatsoever. So let me know your thoughts, people. What do you think of Sir Bob? Should he have been kept in for the rest of his life? The majority will probably say, well, yes, he's killed 4 people. Or should he have been put on a normal location wing and left to do his sentence amongst the normal prisoners, which he would have been absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave that one there for now, people. And like I say, keep an eye out for this podcast next week with a family member. I'm not going to give too much away, but this is going to be raw and uncut. Do not miss it, people. And as usual, if you're enjoying the content, remember to comment, like and subscribe. And if you do want to buy the merchandise, I've got the Behind the Bars TV stuff, and I've also got the Bacon Basher t-shirts. And I've got a Sir Bob Maudsley Bacon Bashers, King of the Bacon Bashers t-shirt. Funds will go towards Bob's canteen to get him some luxury items to say a little thank you. Take care, everyone.